I'm Rob Wilson, president of Employco USA. Thanks for joining us this week for our HR chat. With me is Jason Eisenhut, our vice president of HR.
Hi, everyone.
So, Jason, something in the news the last couple of weeks are companies that are banning political talk in their workplace. Something that we talk about with our clients typically during election season, but we're outside of election season right now, and it's in the news with a couple companies. Interesting enough, banning political talk, but then people resigning.
Yeah, so it could get into social injustices, political talk, and on the political front, I mean, we're just past President Biden's 100 days in office. So that's sparking a few employee discussions at some of our clients that we're kind of reaching out to get some advice from us, from our clients. But yeah, sometimes it ranges from political, pro-Biden, pro-Trump, and there's still some heated kind of discussions there and some best practices we'll walk through. But yeah, the social injustices, whether it's Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, some of the unfortunate deaths we're seeing in the news. Sometimes employees want to talk through it and not just sweep it under the rug. And then employers are sometimes put in a difficult spot on what to do, especially if there's heated discussions and arguments.
Yeah, because in this past election season, we had worked with a lot of our clients just to try and help them, guide them on how to keep politics out of the office, because it was a pretty heated. You had the left and the right were pretty far apart, and we're both pretty heated. So as it started to die down, things flare up, and we haven't seen many companies ban it. We see most companies say they want to avoid it, but you haven't seen the fallout of people actually quitting their jobs over it, which is kind of an interesting twist this spring.
Right. And legally, employers do have the ability to ban political speech in the workplace, especially if it's on some of their company networks and computer systems. But then, yeah, and as long as it's not avoiding National Labor Relations Act protected activity, but you can avoid as an employer banning political discussions in the workplace. Now, whether or not you should, you might face that backlash that some of these companies are facing. Like a third of their employees are leaving. Some of the better tips that we see are make sure you have a policy that's good, manager training. Instead of banning it completely, consider training employees and managers on the best way to talk through it. Like if it goes from a disagreement to harassment, that's what you got to watch out for. And make sure you're respectful in civil discussions and be open to different people's viewpoints. There's some of the tips that we've seen work really well at some of our clients.
Right, you really want to avoid the harassment angle and the discrimination aspect. So you really want to be careful on how you handle it. And in some cases, that's why a couple of companies, they just said, we're just going to ban it and not have to deal with it. But like you had mentioned, there's still employees want to be able to talk about those issues. And you spend more time. A lot of times, you spend more time in your at work than you do at home.
Yeah, and it's understandable. Employees water cooler talk. You do get to know your employees pretty well, and on the same side, the employers, they want to try and get their productivity as high as possible, and it's a tough time for so many employers, and money's tight and business is tight, and they want to try and maximize employee productivity and avoid employee confrontations and hurt feelings. So it is a tough topic for so many employers.
Happy to help if you have questions or want some tips on. We've done a couple blogs during the political season on it, but happy to help you if you have any questions or want to discuss further. HR@employco.com or Rob Wilson at Employco.com and Jason at Employco.com. So happy to help or reach us on social media. So
Great, thank you.
thanks for joining us.